MicroStrategy Stock 6. We see how this Vanguard is joining the Bitcoin community after really saying very bad things about Bitcoin. We see the same thing about JP Morgan. We see how Chase really manipulates out of bank accounts those Bitcoin users. We see how BlackRock really left this MicroStrategy because now they are doing it their own way. But is there this first announcement that this is just investment at your own risk? This is no real recommendation. This is just an investor's point of view. But is it really reality that we are going to spend the 5% in these wars? United Nations is obliging everybody to pay 5% in these wars. Then we also have these 5 million government workers, which could be substituted with Alexa. Then we have these unemployment grants that we pay, that the more you pay, the more unemployment you have. It has been really proven in Europe that those countries that do pay zero unemployment or have the least possible wages to those that don't work, then that they have the lowest unemployment. So really, do we have 5 million government workers to give this kind of aids? That these government workers occupy 50,000 public buildings, which is 100 households each. That's 5 million households that we could really solve the housing problem in Spain, for example. How about in France and the rest of European countries, which is only in Spain about every house we have 4 family members, because these government workers, they don't work, they just occupy these buildings only 5 hours per day. That's the day you're lucky they're working, and they are zero productive because they do not count this productivity. But anyways, all that money is fiat money. And what is the real situation of MicroStrategy? Well, you turn that fiat money, you invest in the shares of this company that has 650,000 Bitcoin, and that will not sell those Bitcoins in the long term. Why? Because we think that this inflation is going to go on and on. You know, inflation is a fake number because my inflation is different to your inflation. Egg inflation, for example, and coffee inflation have been 50% per year. 2 years 100%. Well, coffee is like 60, and then eggs 100. So whose inflation is more or less? Those that print the money are the ones that give you this data. So if you are an intelligent investor, just invest in Bitcoin. And perhaps the most intelligent decision is to invest in a company that stores the value and has huge liquidity, because these EBITDAs are not accounted for, and the value of the company now is below the value of Bitcoin. So really, it makes it very, very interesting to invest here. Now, the big Vanguard and BlackRock and JP and all of them are starting to invest in the Bitcoin. Why? Because the printing machine, PM, will never stop. And the more council, mayors, and province bosses, and then local governments and so on, people we have, then the more expensive they are, the less they do, because we don't need them at all. So the only solution, I believe, is perhaps to invest in a company that really puts the money where you cannot print anymore 21 million Bitcoin. That's a personal point of view. You can really make your own decision, and perhaps it looks like big pension funds and so on are starting to think likewise. The only problem we have is that they are not aligned SP